Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Union, The 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey. All of my published books are available in paperback Kindle and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do tarot and astrology readings. You can book that below at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. Welcome to my Pick a Card tarot reading. The subject for today is, where is this love connection right now? What's happening in this love connection and where is it going? As you can see, I have colored stones here. You can pick pile 1, 2, or 3. I'm doing the pick a card because I know many of you are really missing those Monday tarot readings that I was doing for Twin Flames. I want to broaden this to any love connection that you are experiencing right now. So go ahead and pick your stone, and the timestamps are below. Welcome. You have picked pile number 1 with this stone right here. I've already said a blessing over the cards and I've already selected the cards for this reading. We have 2 tarot decks and several love cards just to see where your love connection is at and where it is headed. The first card is the Knight of Coins, and we'll go through these again. Second card is the Knight of Swords in reverse. The third card is the 6 of Swords, better times ahead. So what I like to do is look at these first 3 cards of the 3 positions as past, present, and near future. So the Knight of Coins is connected to nature. The Knight of Coins is also a very slow moving energy. As you can see, the horse is not going anywhere. The Knight can also indicate like a more immature energy in the relationship rather than a very mature energy in the relationship, because Knights, of course, in the tarot, Knights are represented by something younger than the king, for example, or the queen. And so I do feel like there was a period of grounding, there was a period of foundation, but there was also a period in this connection of very slow growth. But now it seems to be moving faster. Knight of Swords in reverse, and it says out of your depth. It also says missed opportunities, rude, insincere, hurtful, sarcastic, impulsive, bullying, or out of control. So it could just be that one or both of the parties involved in this love connection was not satisfied with the slow movement. And that person, whichever it was, whether it was you or your person, got a little sarcastic, got a little out of control with their words, got a little impatient, if you will. But here, the 6 of Swords does say there are better times ahead in this love connection. It means coming out of the darkness and into the light. It can mean also having better communication in the connection. Let's just see what the second tarot deck with the qualifiers have to say. This was the Page of Coins in reverse, and it says no follow through. That was on top of the Knight of Coins. Then we have the 3 of Wands in reverse, and it says lacking foresight. And the third one is Temperance in reverse, and it says lacking perspective. I do feel that part of the reason for this slow growth in the beginning of the relationship, the beginning of the connection, was that one person was not following through. Maybe they said they would call and they didn't call. Maybe they set up a date and they didn't show up for the date, or maybe they postponed the date. And all of that was building up. All of it was building up, which created this Knight of Swords. Like I said, this is like rude behavior or maybe sarcastic remarks. Somebody's saying something, but the problem with that 3 of Wands in reverse was lacking the foresight, lacking the vision for the future. Maybe one of you just blew up and couldn't stand it anymore. And there were words said and it lacked that futuristic vision, because if you explode on someone, of course that might scare them away or they might cut off the relationship altogether. So here we have the Six of Swords for the better times ahead, and it says Temperance in reverse, which is lack of perspective. For me, the lack of perspective is saying you need to get into the right perspective if you want the relationship to move forward, right? You need to go into the right mindset if you want the relationship to move forward. You can't rock the boat too much if there are good things in this relationship that you would like to preserve, for example. And when I think of this, she's in a boat, right? The Six of Swords, she's in a boat, and boats need to have balance, temperance to be able to move forward. If the boat is being rocked too much, the boat will tip over, or if it's being rocked too much, it can't really go forward. And so I do believe that if this is a relationship that you would like to keep, that you would like to preserve, that there are more good things than bad, it's time to get some perspective and maybe not rush things too much, or maybe not spout off at your mouth and say things that might be hurtful. Let's look at the romance cards into this. The first one is it's safe for you to love. The second one is playfulness. And the third one is release the ex. Release the ex. Immediately with the release the ex card, I have a feeling, and even though it's in the third position, I feel like the better times ahead, the Six of Swords, the better times ahead, means that you need to release your past, release your ex. I have a feeling that if this was you, or if this was the other person, spouting off their mouth with a lack of foresight for the future and what that might do, the sarcasm, what that might do, it has to do with an ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend, and it has to do with an ex-pattern. And I really believe that the solution for moving forward successfully in this relationship, if there are good things to preserve, it's to release that energy from the ex, release the energy of, oh, we're just going to repeat these patterns that I had with my other boyfriend, with my other girlfriend. But here there's this safeness in loving, and the Knight of Coins is about groundedness. It's about a solid foundation. This is a card of Taurus. It is a card of solid foundation, solid ground. It also has Virgo here for some reason, but I feel like this is a more Taurus energy, Tauran energy. But the no follow through, I don't feel like it's necessarily, like the lack of follow through had less to do with this person, either you or the other person, not following through, and more to do with the slow and methodical way of doing things rather than going fast. The playfulness here, I feel that instead of getting sarcastic and instead of getting caustic with your words or rude, I feel that it's better to make jokes. Like sometimes when things get very tense, it might be a better solution for everyone involved to make light of this situation, to make a little joke, to break the ice, to break the tension, rather than getting into that sarcasm. So let's see what else. Here we go. Go slow is the first card that came out in this row. Underneath, it's safe to love. Look at that. I said the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles was about going slow. And here we are saying, here's what happened in the past. It needed to go slow. This connection actually needed to go slow. This connection was never about moving fast. It was always about taking things slow. Soulmate, look at this. So the thing about the lack of foresight, the Knight of Swords in reverse, like spouting off your mouth, saying those sarcastic things, the lack of foresight, Three of Swords in reverse. Look, this couple's getting married when it's upright, and now that it's reversed, that's not happening. And I think that making jokes, and this is the present moment, so if you have been the one who has been sarcastic or rude, there's time to change this because it's in the present moment. There is time to change this, to be playful instead of sarcastic and rude, to make jokes, to make light of the situation. You can kind of make someone realize what they're doing by just pointing out the obvious, but saying it in a fun and playful way rather than criticizing them. Because here it says your soulmate loves and accepts you. Now this goes both ways, that this person could be a soulmate and you really don't want to ruin that with sarcastic behavior. So we've got unavailable, and I feel like this is either you or your person that has unavailable energy right now because there has been this failure to release the ex. The ex is either still around or the ex energy is still around, or maybe someone in this relationship is reacting to the ex, is reacting to the behavior that their ex did. And I feel like that is the reason why that Temperance card came out in reverse, the lacking of the perspective, even though the relationship wants to set sail into the future, Six of Swords. The relationship wants to set sail into the future, but the problem here is that someone is lacking perspective, someone is not letting go of their ex, and someone is not in that available energy because of that. So we have spiritual, bitterness, and begging. Okay, the go slow, the reason why the go slow card came up for this, and it's safe for you to love, is because this is a spiritual relationship. This is a spiritual connection. And sometimes if something feels like a soulmate connection, if something feels very connected and close, we want to take it fast. But in fact, here it's saying, please go slow, take this slow. And the bitterness is this, right? The rude words, the sarcastic remarks. I don't know why. This is either you or the other person saying, I don't know why you were taking this slow. Why didn't you call when you say you were going to call? Why didn't you stick with the date and postpone the day? Why did you do that? But getting very sarcastic and rude. Again, I don't even feel like that is the solution to this. I feel like getting sarcastic and rude is going to ruin the perspective, ruin the moment, ruin what's possibly developing and growing with this soulmate connection. So we've got begging, and the begging card, I believe, is either you or this person who feels regretful about the behavior. So if you are the one who is sarcastic and rude, that could be you. If your person was sarcastic and rude, it could be them. But I feel like once the ex has been let go, once that unavailable energy because of the ex, whether it is in the physical or the mental, whether they're just thinking about their ex or thinking about the past patterns, I feel like there will be this space of desiring to continue on with this relationship because there are more good things than bad things in the relationship. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching this. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading, subscribe below, and you can always buy one of my published books or book a reading with me. I'll see you next time. You have picked pile number 2, or this gray stone right here. I've already said a blessing over the cards, and I've already selected the cards for this reading. I've got 2 tarot decks and several romance decks, and let's get going. We've got the waning moon, gaining wisdom. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse, and we have the 10 of Cups. I love it. So the waning moon, gaining wisdom. This is the recent past, and I do feel like there is this sense of, through your past relationships, you have become wiser. You have learned some lessons from your past. Look at this. Here we have the 3 of Swords in reverse, and it says like letting go of the past, overcoming sorrow, reconciliation, healing, forgiveness. I mean, it is beautiful, and feeling hopeful for your future. And then of course the 10 of Cups, which is that beautiful storybook, fairy tale, happy ending, marriage, family, wonderfulness. And I feel like this is great for what's going on in your connection. Where is this love connection going? It seems very good so far. I like the 10 of Cups in the final position here. Let's go ahead and get some qualifiers. Ace of Swords, awareness and insight on top of the waning moon. Eight of Coins in reverse, over and over. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, a reckless show-off. That's interesting. So here we go, the waning moon gaining in wisdom and awareness and insight. I like all of these three key words together. Gaining wisdom, insight, inspiration. I love those words. This is the self-awareness. Ace of Swords, the self-awareness with the waning moon. It is the self-awareness phase in this connection, or maybe just prior to this love connection. You were gaining wisdom and insight on yourself, your behaviors, your past love relationships, the people you chose, the behaviors within the relationships, and you've been becoming stronger and stronger as a result of that. In the present moment, it may not feel strong right now because you're overcoming the sorrow, the pain of the past. Eight of Coins, and it does feel like you've been doing these lessons over and over and over again. Now, rest assured, when you gain insight and wisdom as to why have I been repeating the same patterns in love and romance over and over and over again? Why do I keep dating the same guy over and over again in a different body? Why am I doing that? Once you gain the wisdom of that, and once you gain the insight, it may feel sorrowful because you're like, why? Why did I keep doing that? I was so stupid. But then you have to go into a moment of forgiveness of the self. The reason why you kept repeating old patterns, Eight of Coins in reverse, doing things over and over and over again, was because you finally were needing to learn a different level of the lesson. And the insight and wisdom that you're gaining now is, wow, I think I finally got it. But with this Ten of Cups, this happy ending, and the Knight of Wands in reverse, the reckless show-off, the only word of caution I would say to you is that getting to a place where you're really good in your relationship with that other person, getting to a place where you're finally engaged, getting married, pregnant, having those kids, having the happy family, make sure you are humble. Make sure you keep your humility. Make sure that you remember where you were at before when you weren't getting the lessons, because there might be people in your life that will look up to you and your partner and your relationship, and they're like, oh my God, your relationship is perfect. And instead of saying, look, it took me a long, long time to get there, you might go, oh, well, yes, of course. Of course we have the perfect relationship. It's like staying humble, staying in that humble space. We've got honeymoon. We've got let go of control issues. And we have you deserve love. The honeymoon phase of the relationship is the gaining the wisdom and the insight and the clarity. What does that mean? It means that in the honeymoon phase where it feels like it's too good to be true, and maybe you recently experienced this with your love connection where it felt too good to be true, you were waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you're like, how could this be so good? How could this feel so good? And in a way, in the present moment, there is this sense of self-sabotage. And that's why you are being reminded of the mistakes that you made in the past in relationships. The fact that you chose the wrong person for you. Here, the angels are saying, let go of control issues and let this unfold naturally. And what I believe this means as well is stop berating yourself and let the old fall away naturally. You can't will the past into falling away. The past emotions, the past hurt, the lack of self-forgiveness, you can't will it away. And this one, you deserve love, you are lovable, It's like, of course you deserve the 10 of Cups happy ending. Yes, you deserve the 10 of Cups happy ending. But be humble. Stay in that humble place about it. You do deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. Let's keep going. We've got regret. We've got forgiveness. And we have play hard. Okay, here we are. Regret from your past. Regret from your past. Your person could be having regret from their past. I feel like don't let that ruin the honeymoon phase of your relationship. And the forgiveness, we just spoke about this. The self-forgiveness. Let go of control issues so that you can forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for your past. You need to forgive yourself for repeating patterns from the past. It's so essential for you to be able to move forward, to have your 10 of Cups moment. And we have play hard. And I feel like the 10 of Cups moment is like, be playful with your relationship. Be playful as you guys are getting to know each other deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And know that you deserve this love. And know that you deserve to keep it sacred. And I think that is the bigger message of this Knight of Wands in reverse, is to keep it sacred. Okay, so let me explain to you what keep it sacred means. What that means is don't look for outside validation for your relationship, and don't talk about your relationship's problems on the outside. Keep it sacred. Keep it within you and your person. That's how it will develop and grow bigger and better. And I really believe that that is what they mean by saying, like, don't show it off. Don't show it off for the good. Don't show it off for the bad. Don't look for validation from others. Keep it sacred. We've got lock and key. We have divine timing. And we have man cave. The man cave is keeping it sacred, right? Keeping that relationship sacred. That's exactly what that is. Keeping it precious, keeping it sacred. So let's go to the first row where it says lock and key. The lock and key, more than anything in this, are your insights, wisdom, awareness. Your insights, your wisdom, and your awareness, or your person's insights, wisdom, and awareness regarding their past, you regarding your past, enjoying the honeymoon phase, not waiting for the other shoe to drop, but understanding that if it's a perfect fit, it's going to work. If it's a perfect fit, it's going to work. The divine timing of it all has to do with letting go of control issues, self-forgiveness, and realizing that the old emotions of sadness, lack of self-forgiveness are going to fall away in due time. Don't force it away. Be aware of it, but don't force it away. It'll go away in its due time. And the man cave, I seriously believe that that's keeping that relationship, the 10 of Cups relationship, super duper sacred. The best marriage books out there, and believe me, I've read a ton. I used to be married for a long time. And in the course of that marriage, we went through years of marital therapy and read tons of books on marriage. And it didn't obviously work for us, but it had nothing to do with the advice. It just had to do with us. And the man cave is like, keep the sanctity of the marriage sacred between the couple. And that means do not brag about your relationship to the outside world, and don't complain about your relationship to the outside world. Because the relationship in and of itself must be a work in progress. And if you have a problem with your significant other, you must only take it to your significant other, or take your significant other and take it to therapy. And if you have something to be so proud of because of the couple, You take that to your significant other, not to the outside world, to get feedback. And those are the relationships that thrive the best because they don't have the buzz of other people in their ears. So I do believe that this relationship is still developing and growing into something very beautiful. I love the outcome of the 10 of Cups, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. Thank you for smashing the like button. You can book a reading with me. The links are all below, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome. You have chosen pile number 3 with this stone. I've already said a blessing over the cards. I have 2 tarot decks and I have several romance decks, and let's get started. Page of Coins upright, Ace of Cups upright, the 8 of Coins upright. Wow. There's love in this relationship, but there's a lot of hard work in the relationship as well. I do believe you will be rewarded in this relationship for all the hard work that is going into this relationship, but I'm not gonna lie, this relationship has without a doubt felt like work. Let's go ahead and qualify these before we go ahead and do a deeper read. Ace of Wands upright, the Moon in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. I really believe that in the recent past, you and your person have been laying a solid foundation, and there was a good spark, Ace of Wands, in the beginning of this love connection. There was a beautiful, look at that spark, the Ace of Wands, and you guys were laying down a very good, solid foundation because of that amazing spark. And it was really nice. And maybe you did take things a little slower. Maybe you really did put in the work in the beginning of the connection, that there was the love that was blossoming and growing. Ace of Cups, you did have that love right now that is definitely blossoming, growing. It's amazing. And the Moon in reverse says mental clarity. So there is this sense of mental clarity of things growing, and things growing deeply. Love is definitely growing deeply in this connection. I know you've probably felt it because it's here. The overflowing love, the bliss, the romance is here. And with the Moon in reverse, I just feel like it's pretty deep. But it's going to take a lot of work to get to where you want with this person, because we have the Queen of Cups in reverse that says emotional immaturity. So I do feel that there's going to be an uphill road, an uphill battle to get to where you want in this relationship. Even though there was a huge spark, even though you guys were laying down a good foundation and you're feeling the love and it's going deep for you, I do feel that to continue this connection, there's going to need to be a lot of work put in. Look, relationships take work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't sugarcoat this. Relationships take work. And I feel like one or both of you have this sense of emotional imbalance, or like maybe there's a little bit of emotional immaturity there. It could just be age, right? It could be not a lot of relationship experience, right? It could be that. Or it could just be that maybe in past relationships, one or both of you were not exactly emotionally stable in that relationship, meaning like one person would blow up, one person would get angry and walk out, one person would ghost or block or do this or that. And I really believe to overcome that, it's going to take a lot of hardcore work. We've got make the effort, healing family issues, and retreat. Love it. So making the effort, and I feel like you guys did make the effort. So this is in the recent past position with the Page of Coins, laying the solid foundation, and the make the effort card. I really do feel that you guys actually made the effort. You're making the effort, you're building that solid foundation. There was a nice spark in the beginning of the relationship. Both of you were making a relationship. What typically happens after the initial phases of the relationship. Probably a few months down the road, or maybe 6 months down the road, is that people stop making the effort, or they don't put in as much effort when they get comfortable. I do feel like there is still love that is flowing. There's a lot of mental clarity about the love, how deep it is, but the deepness of the love are causing family healing issues to surface. See, the moon is often about things hidden, and I know the moon is in reverse here, but the moon still represents the hidden. It still represents the subconscious mind. Maybe some of those emotional immaturity issues have to do with healing family and family issues. And maybe your family reacted like that. Maybe your parents fought a lot. And I do feel like through the hard work, maybe in the near future, it will be time for you and your significant other to take a retreat, to take a break, to walk away from where you're living, maybe even go on a relationship retreat, or spend some time alone for a weekend away to discuss the developing and growing relationship, and maybe discuss how you're going to handle conflict. And I feel like that might be a biggie for you. We've got finances. We've got release. We've got addiction. All right, so a little bit challenging here. So in the beginning, finances may have played a part in laying the solid foundation, but also maybe one or both of you lost a job. Maybe you spent, or one or both of you spent a lot of money on dating, because dating is expensive. Going to the restaurants, going to the movies, going to the concerts and museums or whatnot. It costs money to date. And maybe there was this sense in the beginning of one person paying for all the dates and the other person didn't pay for the dates. Or maybe there was never that discussion of, hey, sometimes could you pick up the tab? Or maybe we could do it 50-50 sometimes. But it became quickly, and now is maybe a bigger discussion, a bigger problem. And maybe that is the healing the family issues of like, well, my father always paid for the dates, or, you know, my grandfather always paid for the dates. And so I don't understand why I should pay anything. So that's just an example, of course. The release, I believe, is the releasing of the family issues. The release is surrendering and releasing those things that trigger us from our upbringing, our childhood wounds. And that's what's going on right now. As the love is growing and as it's getting deeper, some of these family issues, the childhood wounds, are coming up, and it's time to release those. The addiction is kind of surprising on this side, but you know, this might be just for a few of you that maybe there is this addiction to drama with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Maybe the hard work is because one or both of you has an addiction to drama. It could be a literal addiction, but in this set of cards, I don't feel it's a literal addiction. It could be an addiction to drama. That's more the way I'm seeing it. That one or both of you, because of family issues, maybe there was a lot of drama in your family. Maybe there was a lot of drama between your parents. And I do feel like the addiction to drama could be how you perceive relationships to be. And that needs to change, obviously. We've got roller coaster, we've got happiness, and we have heartbreak. So again, I feel like even though this started off great, and even though we are seeing the love in this connection, it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a little bit of the highs and lows, the ups and downs. I do believe that this right now is a phase of happiness, even with the roller coaster ride of emotions. I really do feel like this is the more happy phase in your relationship. Maybe there's been some lurking problems. Like maybe there has been issues that have come up. I feel like the choice is yours though, for the future of this relationship. The choice is truly yours. Do you want to stay 8 of Coins in the hard work in the diligence of the hard work and work through those issues of emotional imbalance or drama with your person. And again, it could be you, could be your person. Like, if it's you, is it better for you to work through these emotional problems yourself, by yourself? Like, is that the better choice at this point? I don't know. The retreat could be for yourself to work through these emotional issues by yourself. So is the heartbreak really about you choosing to go ahead and work through your problems by yourself so you break up with the relationship? It could be. Could the heartbreak be that your person breaks up because they need to work through their emotional issues? It could be. Could the heartbreak be that you're feeling bad about repeating emotional triggers, emotional immaturity, getting addicted to drama and causing the fights and having the makeup sex? Do you feel guilty about that? Is that why there is heartbreak? There's some situation here as we're moving into the near future that's going to bring some questions to the table with this relationship. Do we stay and do we work really, really hard through this relationship? Or do we break it off and then go do emotional healing on either side? So again, I think there's something here. Does it mean that it's forever for the future? I don't know. That's for you to decide. I hope this was helpful. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bells, scroll up to all for all notifications. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with others who enjoy pick a card readings, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.